Modesty is not about a bunch of rules. It's basically about intimacy. It's telling you, do you want to have the most passionate life? Do you want to have an amazing, the world calls it an amazing sex life? Be modest.
I think most men really respect and are drawn to a woman who kind of carries herself a certain way and doesn't feel like she has to rely on flashing her skin.
Like they always tell you, you're the daughter of a king, you're a princess. And we're like, you're a princess, you're a daughter. Like we could quote it. I grew up in London and my family is religious, they're from. I had a very sort of secular upbringing, but from. And I went to 4 schools.
It's actually really uncomfortable for me to talk about these things, which is probably why I'm the best person to talk about it, and I'm going to explain that. I would actually rather be home with my kids and taking care of my kids and not speaking right now. Nowadays, we don't live in the shtetl, and we've all been exposed to media, novels, books, movies, billboards that have a lot of sexual expression, and we know what it is. Our little children even know what it is to some extent, and therefore the conversation has to be had a lot earlier.
Growing up in Stockholm, Sweden, I had never encountered any really important rabbis, but my mother wanted to go, so I accompanied her. So the Rebbe asked me, what kind of books do you like to read? And I certainly was not going to be anything but super honest, so I immediately responded, novels. And the Rebbe smiled and he said to me, novels are in the category of fiction, and fiction is not real life.
From the day she turns 3 years old, we already teach her about the laws of modesty because we're telling her, you're a sexual being. You're not a sex object. You're the point of focus in intimacy. You're actually the point of focus in Judaism. Judaism is going to rely on you. The home is going to stand on you.
I was very much influenced by the outside world. The truth is, I liked school. I always liked school. I had friends, we had fun, but I didn't necessarily like all the rules, what they were telling us to do.
Something appealing about being covered up. There's something attractive about that. There's a certain confidence in that you don't feel like you have to show your whole body to look attractive and to look desirable and to feel good about yourself.
For a human being to desire a deep connection with another human being is the healthiest psychological expression that a human can have.
When we teach little girls to be modest, we're basically giving them girl secrets. We're telling them that this is the secret to a great life. This is the secret to a life that's going to be passionate and a life that's going to be filled with love. Basically, modesty is a girl secret.
Yeah, but also like modesty, it's not necessarily a religious thing. It's just a healthy thing.
Younger people don't want to have a relationship unless they know it's going to be amazing. Nowadays, this is the truth generation. This is the generation of Generation Z, the millennials, whatever we're called. Yes, I'm up for a challenge. Life is a challenge. When there's a good challenge, then it's good.
How do you get to know a person if there's no physical contact? But on the other hand, it's something much, much more important that happens. You get to know the person as a human being.
The last thing we want to do is to desensitize the most amazing pleasure we could possibly have in the world. It's taking a gift and whittling it away.
The whole world is looking how to keep desire alive. Everybody wants to know, it's a big secret. Torah knows how to keep desire alive because Torah understands what intimacy is at the heart of it. And the way to keep desire alive is to be modest.
If you think of like the one person right now who's in every tabloid, pictures everywhere, and everyone's following every little exact thing she's wearing, it is someone who's covering her collarbone, knees, and elbows very often, and that's Kate Middleton.
Americans are definitely more obsessed with Kate Middleton than English people.
And she dresses beautifully. She dresses totally like, you know, a regal, beautiful woman, but also dresses, I can't say sexy.
It was the best thing that could have ever happened. There's definitely a sense of self-worth and confidence. When you get dressed in the morning, it's not about anyone else.
My husband and I, when we got married, this was always something that we wanted to do. We wanted to open some type of Chabad house that dealt with intimacy, sexuality, and womanhood. The whole point of the organization is to give the world, especially young women, Jewish, observant, not observant, Gentile girls, I want them to understand that the lessons that Judaism has on womanhood and sexuality are so empowering. Modesty education in the right way, teaching children that modesty is the beginning of their sex education. Children should know that their bodies are holy. What they're going to do with their body one day is going to be holy and vulnerable, and they should choose one person.
We're married over 60 years. Over 60 years. And yes, I think it's come to a point where we do know each other quite well.